Hello, and welcome to today's Lunch and Learn. My name is Lexi, and today we are going to be talking about movies at the library. So let me get my presentation started up here. And so today we are going to be talking about what movie-related events are happening in the different branches and how you can stream movies with your library card. Because we know that the library has so much more to offer than just books. And so I'm hoping that you'll find some new fun programs to attend or maybe realize how you can get more out of your library card by streaming things from home. And so the first thing we're going to be talking about is how you can find the different events that are happening at the library. So if you are on the library's website, which is librarypoint.org, across the top menu there, you'll see there's a drop-down menu that says events. And when you click on that, there are lots of different options you can choose. You can sort them by age level of who you're hoping to attend a program for, or by the different branches. If you're only looking to go to events at a specific location, you can choose them that way. Or you can do what we're going to search here and click on all events. And then once you click on that, on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll find a lot of different ways that you can narrow the events down. And one of them has the event type. And so if you click that on the left-hand side of the screen, it'll show you all the different sorts of categories that we have the events marked under. And then if you click see more, you'll have the whole list there, and you can mark the checkbox that says movies and more. And so when you click on that, the ones that we have coming up in August that you'll see are you can have a sing-along for Moana, or see The Land Before Time, or Ella McKay. And for those different ones, you'll see it has listed which branch it's happening at and the dates and times. And then we have the Horror Movie Club at the Howell branch. This is going to be the last event for the Horror Movie Club. So if you want to come out to that, what we do is discuss general horror topics. Have you had a new favorite movie that's come out recently? What are you looking forward to that's coming up? And we also just generally discuss a different subgenre each month. So for the last event, it's going to be Gothic horror. So you can come prepared with different movies you'd like to share, talk about, or just general thoughts about that subgenre overall. And then there's also going to be The American Revolution, a documentary film, and then a speaker series. And so this is in partnership with WETA PBS, and there are going to be different speakers coming in, and you can listen to them, and then you get to see the American Revolution film, the Ken Burns documentary. And so again, you can see which branch it's happening at. That's at the Fredericksburg branch, and then the date and time. And then some fun things that are going to be coming up in the fall that you can look forward to when the Fall at Your Library magazine comes out, or you can use your new skills for searching the website to find the specific dates and times for these once it gets into September and through the rest of the fall. So there's the World War II movie discussion group, and that is presented by Virginia Lyman Lucas, who's the author of World War II at the Movies. And so for that, it's a slide presentation and a discussion of a different World War II movie each month. Real Crafty is going to be starting, and that's going to be a movie is shown, and they're going to have the lights on so people can work on crafts that are related to the movie if you do the provided one, or you can just bring your own craft to work on while the movie plays. And they're going to be classic monster movie double feature, and then also a screening of Iron-Jawed Angels, and that's going to be presented by the American Association of University Women. And so that's going to be the inspiring true story of Alice Paul, Lucy Burns, and the courageous woman who fought for the right to vote. So again, you can find more information about the specifics, about dates and times and locations for these once you have the fall edition of the At Your Library magazine, or once the information is added to the events page on the website. And so now we're going to talk about what is available for streaming. There are so many different streaming services these days, and prices are constantly going up. And so we want to make sure you know what you have access to be able to stream with your library card so that you're able to get lots of entertainment without the cost. And so here at the library, Kanopy and Hoopla are two ways that you're able to stream with your library card, in addition to just being able to borrow the DVDs if you still have a DVD player. So first up, we're going to talk about Kanopy. And Canopy offers more than 30,000 titles, and you can use it on a computer, a tablet, a smartphone, or different ways to connect to a TV. So Roku, Chromecast, Apple TV, and other sort of smart TVs. You can use Canopy with those. And if you need specific help for your device, you can go to help.canopystreaming.com, and that's how you can get the specifics for all the different types of TVs that they have available. And so if you're just wanting to get to the link for the website, what you can do is when you're on the library's website, librarypoint.org, if you click across the menu where it says Browse, and then in the middle section where it says By Format, you'll click where it says Movies, and that takes you to a page where you can get the link to go to the Canopy website. Or if you're going to do it on a tablet or an iPad or something like that, you can go into the App Store or the Google Play Store, and you'll just search for Canopy. And that's what it looks like there. You just go ahead and download the app. And of course, the app is free. And so the first thing that you'll need to do is sign up for an account with Canopy. And it'll ask you to add your library card. And so you'll need to enter the library barcode number and PIN. And if you don't have that information, you can call the library or stop in and we can get that information for you. And so the first time when you're signing up for the account, it's going to ask you to enter your name and email address and then create a password. And so in the future, when you're using Canopy, it'll ask you to sign in using that email address and password that you set up. But if you're doing it on an app or a TV, it should keep you signed in. It would just be if you're adding a new device, you need to sign in again with that email and password. And so once you get logged into Canopy, you'll see the front page there. They mostly monthly, they'll have different categories of movies that they're promoting. Sometimes it's based on the month, if they're going to have special things for back to school or for Christmas or for Valentine's Day, you'll find different things promoted up there at the top. And so you can just scroll through and see the different things that they have promoted, like the new releases or special genre sections. Of course, you can click the search bar up at the top to look for specific movies, or if you have an actor or director you're looking for, or you can click the Browse tab, and that will give you different genres. You can click into the comedy section or the drama section to search through. And so then this is a demonstration of what it looks like on a computer or on a phone. So on Canopy, you get 12 tickets a month to use. And so on the page for a movie, it will show you how many of those tickets it costs to watch. Different movies have different ticket numbers associated with them. So for this one, for The Novice, it will take 2 tickets and then you get 48 hours to watch it. So within that 48 hours, you can watch it as many times as you want, and it's only going to cost those 2 tickets. Then we see here Rebuilding, that is a newer movie, and it is taking 4 tickets, but you get 72 hours to watch it. So again, within those 72 hours, you can watch it as many times as you want. But then after that initial 72 hours, if you want to watch it again, it's going to take another 4 tickets. And so your tickets do not roll over at the end of the month. So you can use up your 12 within that span, but then you're not going to, if you have them left over the next month, you're not going to have 14 tickets or so on. And so on the movies page, there's a lot of information you can use. You can use the little plus sign to add it to your watch list if you maybe want to save something for later. And you can see all the information of the description of the movie, as well as the director who's in the movie, the studio, and the different genres, and the ways that Canopy has tagged the movie. And so the nice thing is when you're on the website, you can click the links in the more information section. And so if you want to see, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then, I really like Michelle Yeoh in this, I want to see what other movies Canopy has that Michelle Yeoh is in, you can just click her name right there, and it'll take you to that page. Or say you're a big fan of A24 movies, you can click on the studio for A24, and it will show you all the A24 movies that are available on Canopy, which is a really nice feature. And then the tags have a lot of good information there. So one is like Academy Award winners. And so you can click on that and it will show you all the different Academy Award winners that are available for you to watch on Canopy. And then the next service we are going to talk about is Hoopla. And so Hoopla is a catalog of over 1 million audiobooks, ebooks, music, movies, and TV shows. But today we're going to focus in on what you can do with movies that are available on Hoopla. And so through the Central Rappahannock Regional Library, you can borrow 3 titles per month with Hoopla. And so again, like with Canopy, your unused borrows do not roll over at the end of the month. So it's just 3. They don't add up if you don't use them. And you can access Hoopla through a computer browser, the Hoopla app, downloaded to a smartphone or a tablet, or you can add it to your Roku, Apple TV, or other sort of smart TV devices. And so the first time that you're using Hoopla, if you haven't used it before, you'll need to sign up for an account. So it's first going to ask you to find your library. You can type in Central Rappahannock Regional Library, or you can just type in the zip code. That's a little bit faster. And then it's going to ask you for your library barcode and PIN. And again, if you don't have those, you can contact the library to get that information. And then it's going to ask you for an email and to create a password. And so in future times when you're logging into Hoopla, you'll log in with that email and password, not using your library barcode. And so the menu across the top of the screen is where you can search through different formats. And so you can choose the movie tab there. Or again, you can use the search bar to type in specific titles of movies or actors or directors. One thing about Hoopla to note is that things that are available on Hoopla do not show up if you're searching on librarypoint.org or in the CRRL mobile app. You'll have to search for them directly in Hoopla. So if you're looking for something on the library's website and you don't see it, it's a good idea to just hop over and check Hoopla just to make sure. And so once you're on the movies page, they'll put a lot of the most popular stuff up top, things that are trending that other people are checking out. Like in Canopy, they'll have different monthly things they're spotlighting that are maybe in the zeitgeist at the moment. And you also see that they note on a movie if it's going to be leaving the service soon. There's that little red box that says leaving soon, because the catalog that's available on Hoopla and on Canopy, it changes all the time. Just because something's on there this month doesn't mean it's going to be on there forever. So it's a good idea to check the leaving soon section just to make sure that something you're excited about watching isn't going to be gone soon. But then you can also check the newly added section to see, because they're adding new things all the time. And so most of the movies on Hoopla, they borrow for 3 days at a time, but some of the companies that own the publishing rights will limit it to 2 days. So you'll just want to make sure that you go into, if you click on a movie and scroll down on the page, you get to the borrow details section, and it will tell you how many days it's going to borrow for. And then also if it's available to be downloaded to a mobile device so that you don't have to be connected to the internet to be streaming it. Some movies allow you to download them to the device so that you can watch it if you're not connected to Wi-Fi, or so that you're not using your cellular data. But some of them limit it to only being streaming if you're connected to the internet. So that's just something to keep in mind while you're looking through and deciding what to use your 3 borrows for. And then the little heart icon that is next to where it says borrow, you can click on that and add something to your favorites. So it's like a watch later list, or just something to save your information so that you can go through, if you have time to watch something, you can see what you've added to your favorites. One thing that's really nice that Hoopla has available are called binge passes, and those give you unlimited access to a specific collection of titles for 7 days, but it only takes 1 borrow to use it. So this one, as an example, is for Hallmark Plus. And if you click the link there that says what is included, it will show you exactly what you have access to before using your borrow on that. And so it's going to give you access to this Hallmark Plus collection for 7 days. So you can use 1 borrow, and then that's why it's called a binge pass. You can binge all you want to in those 7 days, but you only have to use 1 of your monthly borrows, which is really nice. And so once you borrow, you'll have a link that says play titles, and then it takes you to the Hallmark site, and then you can watch the things there. Another option on Hoopla that they have so that you can maximize your borrowing is called bonus borrows. And this is a special collection of titles that are available for the last 7 days of the month, and those do not take any of your borrows to use them. And so even if you've already used up your 3 borrows for the month, you can read the books or watch the movies that are part of this bonus borrow collection. And so you'll see them promoted. You can click the part of the carousel there to take you to the page, Or when you're just searching through Hoopla, you might notice if it's in the last week of the month, certain things will have this little blue flag along the bottom there that says bonus borrow, and that lets you know that you can borrow them and it's not going to take away from your 3 per month. And so when you're in the section there, if you want to specifically just see the movies that are available, on the left-hand side, you'll click where it says format, and it'll show you the options, and you can specifically click into the movies. And so Hoopla and Canopy, they both have a kids mode that you can activate. If you want to, you can set up a 4-digit PIN that is required in order to exit the kids mode so that the kids can't leave it without the parents' permission. On the Canopy Kids mode, there are unlimited streams per month. It doesn't take any tickets. But in the Hoopla Kids mode, there are still only the 3 borrows per month. But if there are binge passes that are for kids or bonus borrows that are for kids, those are still available so that they can have more than just those 3 individual titles. All right, and that's all the information that I have for you today on how to find movie programs that are happening at the library and how to stream with your library card. Hopefully you found some good information here. If you have any questions, of course, you can come into the branch, get help with your specific device, or we can talk you through how to find specific programs that are good for you. And so thanks for coming to today's Lunch and Learn, and make sure to check back next week on the library's Facebook or YouTube, and we'll have a new Lunch and Learn with a different topic for you. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.